Welcome, race fans, to week one of the TK Racing Diecast Late Model Tour, presented live here on Grease Vision. I'm joined by my co-host Logan Joyner. Logan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Nathan. How you doing?
Doing excellent, man. Man, we are here for an exciting night of racing again at USA Speedway. Um, if you joined us last night for the TCR Sprint Car Series, track may look a little bit different. This is asphalt track this go round. Last night we had the sprint cars around the dirt side. But Logan, why don't you walk us through some of these track facts here?
Yeah, the track was opened in 1995. It holds about 6,500 people. I think we're gonna have the stands packed tonight virtually. It's a 3/4 mile oval here, which is a big track when it's on dirt. But we're gonna see some asphalt racing tonight. Definitely gonna be some slipping and sliding, especially when these tires get older. Banking's about 14 degrees in the corners and only about 2 degrees in the straightaway, so not much banking there. The last race was in 2008. I'm assuming it was probably the Xfinity Series at most. I'm not even sure if NASCAR even raced here, to be honest with you. But track was
Who
taken
knows?
down in 2012, so no longer here, but it is tonight.
Yeah, and that's what's the great thing about sim racing is these tracks that aren't around anymore. They are here with us virtually in our hearts and our minds. So while these guys are throwing out some qualifying laps as we see some laps start to roll in for some of the drivers, I'll take you through a quick race analysis here. So just over 50 miles here for the TCR All-American 50. It's going to be 67 laps. Pit lane speed is all the way down at 35. These guys do get one extra set of tires for tonight, so possibly could see some pit strategy late in the race as these tires start to wear out come into play. And the late model stock track record is a 22nd.52 or 549 lap by Justin Brooks here on iRacing. So,
Already, it's getting numbers mixed up. You had too much to drink tonight, Nathan?
not enough, not enough. So we've seen, we're a little accustomed to this late model series. The first season was just GreaseCar, no sponsorships, and yeah, at this time we would like to thank all the sponsors that we have joining us for Grease Vision here tonight. It wasn't the TK Racing Diecast series; it was just the GreaseCar Late Model Tour. Um, so I would like to go and do a quick season recap here of our of last season. If I can get the overlay out of the way, that would be cool. Um, yeah, there we go. So last season for the Grease Car Late Model Stock Series, it was Nicholas Gowen taking home the win or the championship, the point standings. Davis Warren in second, Charlie Brown in third. Hey, I know this guy in fourth. That's you, buddy. Then we had Jacob York rounding out our top five.
Indeed, we have Eric Purcell in sixth, Chris Blackstock in seventh, eighth, Chandler Carroll. I don't know who that guy is in ninth, but he probably sucks. I'm just kidding. Dustin Smith in 10th. I'm looking to see Dustin Smith make a good run at it this season. He joined about mid-season last season, so I think he's going to be one of our top runners this week. I see we got TK Hoops 30 in the chat saying it's go time. Indeed, it is.
And we also have Tina Smile in the chat. Hello there,
Oh,
Tina, and thanks for
Tina!
Tina, the legend. Thanks for the support. As we look a little bit further back, we do have another member of the broadcast team, Jake Royal in 11th, Dennis Wilder Jr. in 12th, 13th, Thomas Mole Jr., 14th, Trevor Bowen, 15th, Eli Lewis.
And as we're wrapping up this qualifying session, I would like to pull in somebody to the booth here. Hey, Nick, go, and this is Logan and Nathan in the booth to get a copy.
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Nick, we'd like to talk about last season. You came home with the points championship. Tell us what that means to you, and how are you going to go forward this season and try to take home the chip?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, like, to carry the title of champion is always nice. So, but with this season, it looks like we got a stiffer or fuller field. So I'm curious to see how it plays out. I know showing up every week is definitely going to help with the points and just hopefully just get strong, consistent finishes. So, but yeah, it's kind of like my outlook on the rest of the season and just hoping to finish towards the front.
All right,
buddy,
Nick. Well, you're rolling off 11th tonight. Sorry, Nathan, to cut you off.
I was going to say, sorry to cut
down.
Nick off, but here before we start rolling for heat number 1, I would like to go over the qualifying results. So, Nick, yeah, you will be rolling off 11th. Not sure where that puts you exactly into one of the heat races, but our Castle Quick Time Award goes to Drew Wooten in the 24 tonight. So a shout out to him and a shout out to our sponsors over at Castle Motors.
Nick, would you like to be in Channel 3?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. Getting ready to roll like Nathan said. Gonna have the kick of the tires heats coming up here. Getting everybody girded up.
These are going to be some big fields for the heats here. As I'm counting drivers many rows deep here, so definitely some interesting racing that we're about to see here here in these kick the tires heat races.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't exactly put them in 2 different heats. It's only saying 10 to the feature. I'm not sure if maybe they don't have something set up correctly. I'm not sure on that, but looks like Tristan Newman's gonna roll off on the pole time with a 2:1.114, very close to. I'm not sure why, but my scoring sheet here is saying Jacob York actually had a faster lap, but I guess that's iRacing doing iRacing things.
Just iRacing logic right there.
Yeah, it's showing up doing 2,000s faster, but I don't know.
Not too sure on that. So we'll have to ask Steve Myers what the deal is with that one there at iRacing. But these guys are getting their tires hot here, ready to roll off for Heat 1. Looks like the lap counter should update back up to 7, as I do believe it's a 7-lap heat here. These guys will be rolling off pretty soon.
Pace car lights are off. Gonna take that hard left turn. Oh, never mind. All right, pace car lights are still off.
Nope.
And we're rolling around another lap.
One more time by, I guess. I guess he's just having a lot of fun out there driving at USA International, man. He just doesn't want to get off the track. Kind of reminds me of that one time that pace car was stolen in real life.
Maybe even the car shutting off in Martinsville, but who knows here?
Who knows? Who knows?
One more time around. Was it dark? I thought it was Martinsville. The pace car shut off.
Oh,
and had to tow it off the track.
There we go. One more time as you see Tristan Newman getting those tires nice and warm and up to temp. As we should see the pace car dive off.
Coming off of turn 4 here. Tristan Newman coming to the green. The GreaseCar season is underway for heat number 1.
And we are green. Tristan Newman going to lead him into 1. Looks like that bottom line is just going to dominate as we got a little contact. Oh, big wrecking. And yellow is out. Oh my gosh, we got cars everywhere.
Oh my Lord.
Hold on.
Well, let's get the producer here to take this back to the yellow and see what happened here. That was insane.
I mean, where did it all go wrong for these guys?
Oh my goodness. Looks like the 7 here.
Let's see. I'm seeing is this Dylan here? Yeah, Dylan Gooden. See this. There's also the 7. You're right here. Let's see. Oh, he's way back here. Let's see Dylan Gooden. I know there's some cars here that just get collected, and that just starts it all right there. So if we go back and take another look at that,
I'm not seeing anything on my end right now, but
looks like the 7 and the 6 get together. Maybe that 6 is Chris.
Yeah, it looks like the 7 may have gotten into the wall coming out of 2 there, and the 6 just didn't know to slow up enough, and that's when calamity ensued.
Yeah, just insane stuff on the opening lap. of the season here. I mean, man, we're definitely going to see some guys coming in for some repairs for sure. I don't know. Maybe Logan, you can confirm. Do these guys have a fast repair?
I do not think so. I'll check right now. They do not. So no fast repairs for the field. So if you got caught up in that wreck and you flipped over, it might be your night there. Like I said before, it looks like Heat 2 is not happening, which I'm not sure about. But maybe we'll have to ask Mr. League owner about that, Mr. Davis Warren. Not sure. Maybe the session was just set up a little bit incorrectly. So it looks like... or maybe I'm reading this wrong. Nathan, maybe you can correct me on this. It says 10 of the feature invert 5. I'm not sure if it's inverting the top 10, 5 of them, or...
I'm not sure on that. I guess we just have to see how it plays out. Might have just two... I don't know if there's 2 heats or not. We'll just kind of have to see after these guys finish up. There was plenty of eventful stuff here on lap 1, but... it looks like it's just kind of going to be a shootout here as we kind of look through the field. So moving up into 9th place is last season's champ, Nicholas Goen. He made up 3 spots, on that wreck that collected a bunch of the field. We also have a couple others behind him that made up 2 or 3 spots. Another big mover and another driver from last season, Charlie Brown in the 46. That's a pretty looking car, but it's also got a lot of damage on it. He's going
to look like an open wheel car there.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to do a lot of work here, as it looks like saying we're on the final lap. So I don't know if they just kept extending the yellow and decided to move on.
No, they're not extending the yellow. I'm not sure what's going on. I do know on my end the Heat 2 says skipped. So
interesting. Well, we'll just kind of have to see how this plays out, as they're still pacing around here.
It may just be our timer here just not showing up right, because I'm still showing lap 1. Yeah, guys, we're restarting here, coming off of turn 4.
We're green now. Tristan
97.
Jacob York fighting really good. Jacob York got a really good restart there.
Yeah, he is really fast, especially on the short run. I know that from last season. Ask me how I know. He dives down and looks like he might clear the 8 coming off of turn 4. He does. The 8 gets a little loose there. I'm sorry. Well, I guess he is the 8, but Nicholas Goen's always also the 8. Number 50.
Yeah, number 50, Tristan Newman concedes the spot of to Jacob York. Looks like that bottom is just untouchable right now, as we see pretty much single file all the way through the field. It does look like we did have an update, so 3 laps to go here. Jacob York slides up a little bit, gonna allow him to carry a little bit more speed, but gives up that inside position back to Tristan.
Yeah, he's washing up the track. The 8's got the spot now. Is he going to clear him going down into turn 1? Will he wreck him? Who knows?
I mean, really, who knows? Anything could happen in GreaseCar. And whoa, what happened? What?
Oh my
happened?
goodness! A lap down car just wrecked the entire field.
And that's Charlie Brown, who we just got through talking about from last season. Let's.
Yeah, we know that Charlie Brown has a hot temper, so I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but we will find out. It makes me want to let out of.
As it looks like he's way behind the field, and he just loops it, coming out of turn 2, and that's the field behind him.
See, that frustrates me, because that's iRacing 101. You hold your brake when you're wrecking, especially in front of the field like that. That messed up a lot of guys. Nicholas Goen, our past season champion, got a little right front damage. Hopefully he didn't come through and lose too many spots there. I'm sure he is not happy about that. Looks like we're going to have a green-white checkered coming up. Woo! I'll tell you what. You guys stick around, because during the race, we're going to pull these drivers to get wrecked up in the booth to get a little firsthand action of how they feel about the wreck.
Yeah, it's our working segment, our rage replay, if you will. So while we pull up the replay for him on stream, we'll also have him up here in the booth. And you know, I just want to put it out there: Grease Vision does not condone the words that are said on the in-race interviews. So you know, take that as you will. But here we go. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have 3 still to go. As I don't know if that last lap did get completed or not. So it looks like we're just still rolling around under caution again, but again, a lot of movers. One guy I want to point out here is Braden Goddard, up 13 spots from the beginning of the race here. He's really profited off of these yellows.
Yeah, and he could be the heat race up. I might do a little sponsor plug here. He might be the Buffalo Service Hard Charger, Buffalo Transformer Hard Charger Award for the heat race and the kicking the tires heat races here. Got a little nose damage there. Nathan, I don't know if we talked about it a whole lot, but some of these people that we pull up in the booth during the race might not like us or give us some choice words. Between that, feelings might be hurt. You know, nonetheless, we're just gonna let them one ear out the other. We want to let these viewers hear what it's like when you're in the driver's seat.
Exactly, and I mean, we're here for the raw emotion and entertainment. So if you got kids in the room watching, just earmuffs real quick, all right, just in case. Can always roll it back on YouTube if it is clean, but we shall see how it goes for our first broadcast here of the 2024 A season.
I don't know Tristan Newman on, and I know iRacing can sometimes skew the view of the car, but it looks like his left front is turned completely to the right and his right wheel is straight, so I think his night could be over.
Yeah, let's take a look inside the car. Nothing really showing here, but I mean, as we back out and we see, I mean, that's a lot of front end damage. And like you said, if he's pretty much having to dirt track the car around here, yeah, he might be done for the heat.
It's not quite showing up on your screen as it is on mine. The wheels pointed the complete opposite, different direction on the left front. I can imagine he's not very happy at the moment, but hey.
I mean, a certain driver has said that's just short track racing.
Yep, and we'll give him a little soundbite here.
Exactly. As our new leader looks like Avery Schwalm in that 2-car, that Lotto racing machine. Man, that thing looks pretty clean. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it does. If you're into diecast, be sure to go follow TK Racing Diecast on Instagram. There's a lot of cool stuff. We're going back green here.
We are back green now. As we get the blinker sound going. Back green here with 2 to go. New leader. What's up?
Oh! 2 car's very loose coming off of turn 2. Giving the 10 a little opportunity to stick his nose on the outside.
As we come back to the checker, he wrecks him!
Around. Oh my goodness! Nicholas going to the inside, comes away free.
And it looks like Eli Lewis is going to take the kick in the tire heat race. Wow, what a finish we just saw.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is something wild.
Let's take a second look at that as we got a little bit of time here as there is a quick warm up. Wow. Just that's I really was like, is he going to wreck him?
What are you supposed to do there? I
couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. So if we back it up here, let's see.
He almost hit a flip reset coming off of turn 4 there.
Maybe next time. Let's see. If we transition and show here, so this is coming through 3. You're going to see the 10 get underneath him and just keep pushing. May have had a little help from York behind, not sure, but man, we just as soon as he crossed the line, he was quick to get out of the car there. So it looks like we are now gridding up for our feature race here. So 67 laps around USA. And yeah, our heat winner, Eli Lewis in the 3-car, that pink 3 is going to take us to the green. So
Would like
Oh,
to
go
bring
ahead.
up the Panzer Performance Last Chance Qualifier. We're not having a LCQ race tonight, but thank you to Panzer Performance for all your support for the TK Late Model Racing Series tonight on GreaseCar.
Absolutely. And as we pull up the grid here for the TCR All-American 50, we've got Eli Lewis on pole after that hectic ending to the or to the heat race. Nick Gowen, our last season's champ, starting in second. Austin Walters in third. Thomas Mole Jr. in fourth. Travis Allington in fifth.
Yeah, we got Jacob York in sixth. Avery Schwalm in seventh. Nicholas Priest in eighth place. Chandler Carroll in ninth. And Dylan Gooden in 10th. Nathan, it's time to make some picks here. Who you got?
Man, I think I'm going to go with a guy that I saw have a lot of speed last year. Didn't always work out the best for him. It was kind of high risk, high reward. And to me, that's going to be the 97 of Jacob York. I know he's starting back in P6 on this feature. But, I mean, we saw him get aggressive in the heat race, man. And I know that, I think there's some points up for grabs there, for the finishes of the heat race. And, man, I just know he's a fast guy on a short run. He's pretty good on a long run. We did see him burn his stuff up a little bit, here and there. Just pushing a little too hard last season, but I know he's bad fast. So he's my pick for tonight.
Definitely not a bad pick. I think I'm going to have to go with my boy from Wilmington, North Carolina, representing Mr. Nicholas Gowen, season defending champ. I think Nick is very, very smart in these cars. He knows what it takes to save that tire. As long as he stays out of trouble, I think the 8 car takes home the win tonight.
Yeah, Nick, super fast guy. Great driver. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for both of these guys we picked. Starting on the outside, as it did look like the inside was the preferred lane around here. As let's see.
We got all kinds of Earnhardt memorabilia up in the front rows. You got the 3 car, the 8 car, the Wrangler
Pace
throwback.
Car is off. And we're green. Here we go.
Is out. Nicholas Gowen with not such a good start. 5 and the Wrangler throwback is going to throw it down on the bottom of Nicholas Gowen. The 3 car jumps out to a little bit of a lead coming off of 2.
Yeah, that's Austin Walters down there in the 05. So it looks like Eli's going to just try to check out here as the guys behind them start to settle in. We got the 81 of Thomas Mole making a move. Oh, he gets a little loose coming out of 4, but he's still going to stick it just to the inside of Austin there into 1, and it looks like move completed for P3 for Thomas.
Yeah, and like I said before about Nicholas Gowen, he's very good at tire conservation. You may see him drop a few spots here, but don't let that scare you, because he's going to march his way back to the front. He's being very smart right now, not burning his stuff up, not getting his right front and right rear too hot. I'm sure he's real easy on that loud pedal right now.
Absolutely. Looks like Jacob York's going to make a move here to the inside for P3, right behind Nick Gowen. Big mover so far through the field. It's all the way back in P14, at 54, Brody Marinko. He's moved up 6 spots since the initial restart here as another one of our big movers who we saw kind of hold up the field in our heat races. That 46 of Charlie Brown. Looks like he's just kind of hung up on the outside right now, waiting to drop in. He was up 6 spots. Make that 4 now with him dropping back. Probably just tried to get a little bit too much out of it on the high side run as these guys were checking up inside of him.
Another ask me how I know moment about that 46 car. That 2 car stays in his way a little bit too long. We're going to see a caution out on the track.
Absolutely. It looks like he's just kind of trying to hang back and be smart now. So he's got Chris Blackstock all over him through the corners. Chris, another really solid driver we had here last season in the GreaseCar series. Definitely kind of a late run guy. While we're at it, looking back here through the field, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to Davis Warren back here in P23. Not sure what exactly happened here, but he's in a test session.
I can tell you exactly what's going on. I've seen him do it before. He is saving, and it might look stupid right now, but I've also seen Nicholas go and do this and win a race before. Now, the problem is if you don't push just hard enough, it will screw you by the end of the race. But I don't know. Maybe it works out for him. Maybe a cautions fall his way. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a big strategy call and really putting yourself on the back foot by hanging back multiple seconds here from the pack. But yeah, I mean it's something.
I mean, you have a caution come out at lap 33. It really puts him on the back burner because everybody else is going to come in for fresh tires at that halfway mark. As you see Nicholas going getting passed by the 81, like I said, he's probably going to fall back a little bit. But watch him at the end of the race.
Yeah, and it's as we got a car going down the inside. Logan gets a little animated, which is what we love to see.
We almost had a car on the wall.
Exactly, Dale. He's really loose there. That's the looks like the 50. Is that the 59? Nope, that's not the right one. The number's not right. Or was that him? That was him. Yep, 59 here, Travis Ellington. It's a lot of white cars here that are with black numbers, so it's tough to differentiate. So you're swapping through them, but. Yeah, it looked like he just got loose, tapped them, got the rights real hot as we see a spin happen right behind him.
Wrecking again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and let's put it out. We were able to kind of catch that one in real time, but just to get another look at it.
I was our qualifying pole sitter there. They got tagged along in it. I think it's a 50 car, but it's showing up as an 8. We'll get that all sorted out before next week starts.
So if we go back here, take a look at this wreck. Here's the 21 of Dylan Gooden. And it looks like the 116 just kind of turns him around, and that just creates mayhem.
And it doesn't take much in these cars. I mean, the slightest tap, even a little bit of air in between the bumpers will turn these things around. Nathan, as you know yourself, it is not like a truck series, truck or, Craftsman Truck Series truck. You cannot touch in these cars unless you're straight bumper to bumper on a straightaway. As you see, this car looks like he might be done for the night. I'm sure he's going to try to get some repairs. Looking like he's going to exit for the night. Oh, no, maybe not. He just towed the pit lane. He might have blew up. Probably going to call it a night after that, I would assume. Maybe not if he's racing for points. You see Davis Warren already in the pits. I'm not sure if maybe he had some damage or something going on there. Maybe topping off on fuel.
Could be. It looks like Davis is going to come out here in P20. We saw a lot of cars there on pit road. Brody Marinko, Braden Campbell, Dylan Gooden, the Cheese Man, Chandler Carroll, and Blaine Harrison also. Looks like, or he's on track. He's just one down. But those 4 cars sitting in the pits, just taking some much needed repairs for some of them. Others, maybe just a slight touch-up.
Definitely a little reminder here, guys. We only have 1 set of tires, so you spin it out and you get those tires super hot and flat spot them. You got a long way to go before you really want to take that second set. If you take it now, it's going to be a long race for you. You might be fast, the first couple laps off the green flag, but as the tires even out, you're going to start dropping them very quickly. As Nathan, we see your pick here sneaking up into P2.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like, I'm not sure if he's going to assume, it looks like having issues with paint schemes here, so I'm going to try to refresh the schemes. It looks like that we lost the schemes for Eli Lewis, that nice pink number 3.
Yeah, it's the same on my screen. I don't think it's on your end. I think that's something to do with iRacing there. Because everybody else's is showing up fine.
It looks like everything's saying it's up to date here. So not sure what's going on with trading paints. I see in the chat there's something we did fix it from last night. It was fixed at one point in time, but I think iRacing had other ideas. So apologies for that. It does look like there are some of these paint schemes that have loaded up correctly. As see a couple others popping back in, so maybe it's just taking its time getting them back correct. As pace lights look like they're off. Looks like we might be ready to go back green. So.
I'm ready to see some more racing here. Y'all throw in the chat who you think's gonna win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 16 laps in right now, plenty of time for these guys. So we will see how it is. Is pace car is gonna dip down pit road. Paint scheme's loading in. I'm ready to go. Let's go green.
3 of Eli Lewis getting a pretty decent jump there. Swings it up the high side down into turn 1. I'm telling you, by another lap or two, that 97 of Philip York is going to be all over his back bumper.
Yeah, it looks like you're working a pretty good restart there. Timed it just about as good as you can without, jumping.
Oh, we got a wreck in turn 3 and 4.
We got a big
wreck.
crash. Big
Nicholas
crash.
going involved.
Oh no. Looks like he's got damage there. Let's take it back for a Grease Vision replay and see if we can figure out what happened. Let's see which car kind of kicked it off.
Oh,
it looks like
the 05 might have gotten the back of Nicholas there.
yeah, as we go live, it looks like the 05
Should we pull
just
Nicholas
gets...
going up into the booth here and see?
That might be a little spicy. You're welcome to try it. We can see how it goes for him. But yeah, it looks like the 05 just gets into him there. Let me know if
Not
you
able to find Nicholas going in the chat. It looks like we don't have a lot of the drivers in the chat, and they're supposed to be. Hopefully, well, next week we'll get that straightened out. If there is a few in the chat, so if we see anybody that gets wrecked, we'll throw them up in the booth.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of guys involved in that wreck there. And again, no fast repairs. So, man, it's that's a tough way to end your night if you took a lot of damage there. As we see Dave...
I'm sure Nicholas going is not happy about that. Like I said, I am 100% sure he was just saving tire there, just playing the race out, and that's very unfortunate. To see the 70 car, Davis Warren back in. I'm not sure what his strategy is here. He didn't really say anything earlier when we were talking to him, but I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't know. It looks like there might be a little bit of left front damage on that car.
Yeah, might just be trying to get a little damage repaired. Not sure. Should be able to make it all the way on fuel. I don't think that's really a strategy to go for tonight. I think otherwise we'd probably seen some more cars come in by this point. A third of the way through the race. But Davis Warren back on track. Logan, your pick. Nick Owen currently in the pits now. Definitely got a lot of repairs to go through. After being spun around and then tagged by a number of drivers here.
It looks like he got most of it repaired. Now that doesn't mean that the car's going to drive completely correct, but watch out for him because I'm sure he's not going to be very happy now. And if he gets to the back of that 05, there's definitely going to be some payback coming.
Yeah, I mean, when he gets up to him, I think he's just going to barely get into him, really. It's just going to be a little contact, but as we've talked about, these cars go around real quick, as we just saw there again.
Just a little boop,
Yeah, exactly. Just a little boop. That's all it takes with these guys. Looks like Eli Lewis here in the 3. Apologies to Eli. Trading Paints and iRacing decided to hate me right now, so can't see that pretty pink 3 car.
Not what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh my.
All right, well,
Logan's mine's in the gutter. We are still pacing here. Looks like we might be going back single file. Let's see. It looks like the pace lights are off as we are on lap 22, so just about a third of the way through this race. While we are still under caution, it doesn't look like our pace car has pulled off. And we are back green flag racing.
I'm not sure if everybody knew we were going back green there. It looked a little unorganized there. I just saw in the YouTube chat that Trent Curtis, our Aussie here. Is that our Aussie?
No, that's the TCR Sprint Car Series League owner in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm not very familiar. I only did 2 races with them. But they did say, let's see if Grim Reaper will take $10 of our money. I forgot that he was in the race tonight. Matt Grimm.
Yeah, Matt Grimm, as these guys jostle for position off this restart, we take a quick look here. Is that 91's in the pits? He might be done. I know he was gunning for the bounty put up by Mr. Trent Curtis himself to take some more money, as he brought home a lot of money last night in the Sprint Car Series.
Yeah, it was about $100, and he's bad fast on the dirt tracks. I'm not sure how much asphalt experience he has, but normally, dirt track drivers can be very, very, very good on asphalt. I mean, just look at Kyle Larson, very good on the asphalt and is exceptionally good on the dirt tracks. See the 97 trying to run down the leader here.
Yeah,
the 97 is the leader. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Not paying
Jacob
attention.
York is taking the lead over his Eli Lewis
Caution's
drops
out.
back. Oh, yellow is out. Let's see. It looks like it's gonna be Josh Cleveland. Let's swap. Let's go back to here and see if we can see what happened here. Josh Cleveland. So we do indeed have a car on the wall, Dale.
Oh, Charlie Brown. Again, man, he's just all over the place tonight. Just getting caught up in a bunch of wrecks.
So as we get on the straightaway, you're gonna see that 46 Charlie Brown just get a little washed up there in the corner, and out too just doesn't
51
realize. Yeah, this car low.
Doesn't have enough room there. That's definitely the 051's fault there.
Yeah, I mean, I would say they came together, but it did look like the 051 kind of just came up the track there, didn't realize he hadn't quite made the clear onto Charlie Brown in the 46. So, a little bit of a learning moment. It is week one, right? Mistakes are going to happen.
Yep.
So we got plenty of time.
A lot of cars down pit road this time.
Yeah, a lot of guys coming in here. We see Nick Gowen come in for some more repairs, likely. Also going to see Zach Smith here in the 116 come in. Davis Warren, Chris Blackstock, Brody Marinko as well. We're also going to see Charlie Brown, who was involved in that wreck, already had some damage before that happened. And then Josh Cleveland as well, who was our victim there of the wreck. And then a couple other cars that have been on pit road getting repairs quite some time. Hopefully they had time to get out of the car and get themselves a drink or something.
Just a little disclaimer for some of these drivers that might come back and watch this race. We took a little different approach for the broadcaster thing. We want to call it as we see it. We're going to be a little goofy up here. We're not going to be super professional. Just want to have fun with it. So don't get too mad if we call you out. We're just calling it like we see it.
If we say something you don't like, we're sorry, but we're doing this for fun. Don't take anything too personal. It's we're just trying to entertain here. So it looks like my pick here, Jacob York, Mr. Speed, gonna be leading this field. Looks like we're probably gonna be back single file, as that wreck happened fairly quick. We'll see if they go double file, but with the amount of cautions we've had here in the first 30 laps, I don't know if I want to be double file if I'm in this field.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the 97 loves these little short runs here from last season. I don't know, maybe he cleaned up some stuff, but he is really, like I said before, he's really good on the short runs. And I think, these little 5-lap sprints is that's his MO. So I think if we go on a long run here, especially with him haven't pitting yet, I think he's going to need some yellows, because he is very fast on the short run. Might burn up his stuff a little bit, but he is very, very, very fast. So we'll see how this race plays out. Normally in GreaseCar, we don't see this many yellows to start the race. Normally it starts happening towards the end, if there's going to be any yellows. I mean, we definitely had some flag-to-flag races last season. But, yeah, this is not what we've normally seen in GreaseCar, but we could see a green flag run here.
I do want to point out, you say it's not what we normally see, which is correct, but this league in general has been awesome. It's been awesome to see it grow since the end of last season till tonight, and we thank the drivers for joining us for the race, as well as you guys at home for the support. We have 28 drivers that have registered for this race. Last season, our all-time high was 15. So a huge increase here in the field, as it looks like the pace lights are off. We're double file. We are ready to go green, and we are back green as we see Jacob York take a huge jump out in front of the field, at least a car length. There's some jostling 3 wide back there.
The yellow flag is already out. I'm not sure what may have happened here?
It looks like let's see as we run it back here to the
Ah,
wreck. Looks like Tristan Newman.
the 50. Yeah, our pole sitter for tonight. Round
Yeah,
again. Not sure exactly what happened.
let's run it back and get this up here on Grease Vision. As it looks like he's going to be restarting here on the outside
Of the third
here.
row.
Yeah, third row. And as we go green here, he's going to
Oh,
get caught
man.
up in that.
Hard
And
into
then,
the the 05 again. Turned somebody
05
around.
just,
Yeah.
wow.
I can tell you one thing about GreaseCar. You're making a lot of enemies in the first race. You know, sometimes it's better just lift off that throttle pedal just a little bit. Give them a little room. You got plenty of race to go. Not sure that was the right call from the 05 there.
Yeah, and if we take a look back at the 05 here, Austin Walters currently now in P6, so I mean he's in that same spot that just happened to Tristan Newman in the 50, but you know, so it could always happen to you too. But yeah,
Oh,
it looks like he's
and it
still
will. It will.
yeah, he's still clean for now on the front end, even after that slight contact that turned around Tristan. But yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, I think this early in the season here, you definitely don't want to be making enemies because as it gets towards those big races, those cash races, championship races, whatever it is, people aren't going to blink about running into you or running you over.
Yeah,
If
we're going
you've
to
been doing that all season.
We're going to Bristol this season, which is going to be a very interesting race, and that can be treacherous for paybacks. So, Nathan, I'd like to lead us into our segment, Whiskey for Thoughts. I'm going to lead you with a question here, a wild one for that. Wild question. Who's your championship pick?
Oh, man, I'm gonna steal from your book. I think we're seeing, as my man Drake likes to say it, back to back. I think we see Nikki G go back to back in this season here. I just think I mean, as long as he can just be a little bit lucky, we know he's going to be here every week. We know he's got the speed to do it. I think it happens, man.
Well, I'm not going to pick the same guy as you. I'm going to go off on a limb here. I'm going to go with, is he even here tonight? I'm not sure that he is here tonight. Well, I'm not going to pick him then.
Yeah, might want to pick a driver that's here.
Yeah, already at a disadvantage if you're not. Well, since I'm not going to pick the same as you, I'm going to go with the 97 of Jacob York. I'm going to steal from your book a little bit.
I like it. We kind of just swapped drivers there on our pre-race picks for our championship picks, but we got a lot of races here to decide this thing. We'll talk a little bit about the schedule as part of our post-race, so please stick around for that, as we got a lot of races here in this TK Racing Diecast series.
Yeah, and I'm seeing on my screen that the driver chat has just been enabled again, so I'm assuming that some of these drivers are not very happy with each other. This is you just love to see it. This is just short track racing. Looks like the pace car is going to take that hard left off of turn 4, 97 up against the wall. Coming out of turn 4, we're going to go that green flag racing here in the TK Late Model Racing Series.
As Jacob York leads them to green. It looks like there was some jostling there for about P4. It's going to be the 24 Drew Wooten and Nicholas Priest. Oh, looks like there was some contact further back here. It looks like, the 05 of Austin Walters just not having it from anybody tonight. Just blocking down off the corner.
Even if that wasn't his fault, I think he had it coming just a little bit.
Oh, we got a car spinning back there. The 7 of Casey Quigley. We caught that one in real time, but let's go back to it here. See what happened. Looked like I don't know. I was kind of looking at the battle we had there on screen, but it looked like he was just kind of minding his business, and then looks like, let's see, let's run it back a little bit and then get you guys to see it. So we got Davis Warren down the inside, and oh, we just lost it. As you see him getting loose right here. So if we back it up a little bit, if we
Oh,
go to a different view here,
I tell you what, Davis Warren is very lucky that he did not get
yes,
right
he
hooked into the
is.
wall.
So if we go here in slow-mo, it looks like Casey just, as you see his car start to yaw out a little bit more than Davis and Nick going behind him, and he just loses it. And wow, yeah, big break there for Davis, and also a pretty big break there for Nick Owen, as he misses that as well. As Casey gets spun around by Chris Blackstock, as going a lot slower than the rest of the field, and yeah, it doesn't look like it should be too much there for Casey. A lot of front end damage, but we'll have to see if he's been down on power or anything, as I know that these cars aren't the most aero dependent, so it really just comes down to the power.
Yeah, definitely. I think he got into it just a little bit too early. I don't know if he's on a second set of tires, but there's a lot of green flag laps on these tires. Even though we've had a lot of yellows, if he's been working that right rear over, eventually that thing gives way. And so I heard a car just blow up. I'm not sure who that was.
Oh, I'm not sure. Looks like somebody blew up. We'll try to find who that is. Looks like it might be Tristan Newman.
Yeah.
Let's run this back here. Looks like we got action under yellow. He don't know. Oh my gosh, I think he hit the tire barrier here as he's going towards the
he's
pits.
already blown up here.
Yeah, by this point he's blown up.
Yeah.
And
So you know what? This is it for the night. I'm going to end it. So Preston's okay,
Man, that's a hard hit. That's a rough hit.
Just said that.
Just aim for the bushes, am I right?
Don't worry about the lines. Keep it out of the ditches is what I've always heard. Between the mustard and the mayonnaise,
That's right. We're here. Double file. Back again. 25 laps to go here at the TCR All-American 50. Man, it has been exciting so far. It just looks like 25 more laps of excitement as the pace car peels off. Jacob York going to lead us to green here, and we are green again. And a pretty good start from Eli Lewis in the 3 on the outside.
Excellent start. That is so hard to do, especially if you don't have VR or triple monitors. That is very, very hard to do. See him staying right on the right rear of Phillip. Maybe if you can pinch him down in 3 and 4, it looks like he's going to lose the bumper. He's got to be careful for that third spot of Nicholas Priest.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of start to single file out here as Priest trying to perform a little bump and run on Eli Lewis. Not quite going to work that time by. You see the rest of the field start to single out, and he does bump him. And we just saw Eli Lewis fighting the wheel real hard coming out of the corner.
What a save by the 3 car of Eli Lewis, because that could have ended up very badly, very fast, right in front of the whole field. 10 car taking over the second spot.
Yeah, I thought it was at the 24 here was going to make it 2 or 3 wide going into the corner, and that was going to get really spicy. So it looks like everyone's just kind of settling in. Eli Lewis trapped here on the high side. Might be able to, if he can kind of dive it in a little bit, might be able to slot it in front of Thomas, but Thomas looks like he's going to clear. This is a tough thing here for Eli, as he's just continuing to drop when he got moved out to the high side.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Maybe the strategy might be thrown out the window here. Even if we have a yellow with 10 laps to go to your leader's pit, I personally don't think you do. I think you stay out, and I just don't think, even if maybe in 5th you take 4 tires, I just don't think it would be quite enough with 10 laps to go. If the yellow were to come out at that point.
Yeah, with the pit stops taking a lot longer in these cars than maybe what you're normally used to seeing with the NASCAR pit stops. It takes a lot longer. This is grassroots short track racing here, so We don't have those $1 million pit crews out there. It's mom and dad and grandpa out there, so it takes
Yeah.
quite a while as we kind of move back through the field, just see how things going. Nick going here. Looks like Charlie Brown was there, stopped on the bottom of the track. But last season's championship winner, your pick tonight, Nick Gowen finds himself here in P9. Just trying to
Pretty good recovery.
finish. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna have to see if Miss Tina, if she's still watching, if she can get us passes. Maybe next week we'll get an all-access pass. Maybe talk to Jake Roel in the pits next weekend.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
Next weekend. Sorry, next week on Wednesday night.
Next week, Wednesday night on Grease Vision. Hopefully, Mr. Roel well and alive in the pits. Hopefully, he's not partying too much down there. If he is, we won't give him a mic, so don't worry. It looks like Davis Warren has just lost a spot here to Braden Goddard, and they continue to fight here as Davis just trying to fight it around the outside. Not quite the ideal line around this track. It's probably going to be most tracks here for these late model stocks, as that bottom just grips up so well and allows you to carry a lot of speed to the corner. They're back there fighting for 12th. A little bit of a gap between them and the field in front of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as this race is going on. Oh, we got a yellow.
Oh, yellow's out. Yellow's out. Avery Schwalm. What happened? Let's see. So we run it back here on Grease Vision. It looks like going into one. That's him and Eli Lewis. Just make a little contact. Oh, and Eli's just gonna right rear him. Wow. Man, we talked about.
Watching that back, it looked like the 2-car kind of came up the track just a hair. So I'm not sure if
let's run it back.
Could be quite Eli's fault there. I mean, he is pinching him, but I don't know if maybe he was just holding his line.
Oh, you might be right.
It's close. It's close.
It's real close, as we see Chris Blackstock behind there, also involved in a wreck. Looks like a similar sort of thing. Maybe he was just trying to check up for what was happening in front of him as he gets turned. He's blinking a little bit. He gets turned here. It looks like, that's the 7 car. Just trying to miss him, trying to avoid him. May have had some blinking internet connection issues, so can't put that entirely on the 7 car of that should be Casey.
See the 97 fake pit road entry there. I was gonna say that probably would have been a bad move because nobody else is gonna go behind you.
Yeah, this late in the race, 11 to go. I think you've made your bet at this point. Whatever happens, happens.
And something I am noticing is that 8 car is lining up right behind the 05 on this restart. Do we see a little retaliation from Nicholas Gowen?
We might. I mean, I don't know if they might go. If they go double file here, it's going to make things really interesting. So, man,
I'm going to keep my camera on him.
Yeah. Yeah, if you keep your camera there, I'm sure you'll beat me to it. As soon as that yellow comes out, I can swap. I'll know exactly what to swap over to if that yellow does come out. So it looks like 10 to go here. Philip York. Sorry, Philip. I've been calling you Jacob all night. Philip York still leading out here. He's been in front for a long time. He's made up all those spots on the initial start. I believe after the second restart was able to get his way into the lead.
Yeah. It was either second or third. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how many yellows we've had at this point. Nathan, maybe you have a count on it. It's been quite a few.
No clue. It's been a ton of yellows. I feel like we've seen probably a total of about 10 laps of straight green flag racing, and the rest have kind of been broken up with cautions.
Indeed, this is probably one of the longest tracks that we will race at this season. I'm seeing, yeah, I mean, New Hampshire, pretty sure that's another, is that a mile-long track, or is that 3/4? I cannot remember.
It's some miles. It looks like pace car is off, and we are back ready to go green. Jacob York and Elisa Field, and we're back green here. But what a jump. I'm not sure if Philip missed a gear or what, but Drew Wooten assumes the lead here with 8 to go, and he is gone.
Yeah, definitely. He's checking out fast. Interested to see if that 97 can get back to his back bumper. I'm over here watching. Oh, we got a spin across the finish line. The 6 car gets turned.
Let's back it up and see if we can see what went wrong for the 6. All right, as we take a look here, 6 car there on the inside gets turned into the outside wall. That's going to cause damage for at least a couple of cars. So, man, we really don't have that many laps to go. If we run it back one more time here, let's take a look from up top. See, it looks like a lot of net code there. As you can see, these cars aren't quite touching yet, and the 6 of Chris Blackstock just gets sent to the wall, a little flying through the air, and then tags a couple cars on his way around. But man, kind of a rough night for him. I know he's been involved in a couple things, and he's got good pace. Not the best internet, but good pace. So maybe the net code there is to blame, but
might have Shintel Wireless like Cole Martin that we used to race with.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, it's just a tough break for him with really not many to go. I mean, that happens early on, like we've seen with other drivers. They've been able to make their way back through the field. You know, Nick Gowen, even Davis Warren is up to 14th. We saw him all the way back in 24th at one point. So, you know, a good recovery for Davis, as he's only one spot back from where he started at. You know, some of these guys have been up through the field. Braden Campbell up 11 spots from the beginning of the race. But our biggest mover for the night, or another 11 spot one, is Dennis Wilder here in the 88. But our biggest mover is our leader. That's going to be Drew Wooten in, looks like the 2 is showing, but I'm showing the 24. He's up 18 positions.
That is wild, and he's sitting in the hot seat right now with that 97 on his outside. He's going to have hell to pay here. I'm not sure if he's ready for the heat that 97 is going to put on him, because he is good at putting on pressure. As long as that 97 can get a good restart, the 2 or whatever you said, 24, it's not going to be good for him. But if he can get a good restart, he might can walk away with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was starting to really pull out quite a gap there. You know, he got a crazy jump over our leader, Philip York, on the outside, and he just kind of set sail at that point.
Did you see that? It's a little weird there. Something on my screen I just saw. The 05 dropping back to the rear of the field. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, may have had some sort of admin penalty enforced upon him. So, not sure, as we have 3 laps to go here. I mean, you got my pick here in second, your pick Nick going back in 8th. Might be a long shot for him, but I think it's going to come down to probably one of these top 3 or 4 drivers. You know, who's gonna make the dangerous move? Who's gonna move him out of the way to win this thing?
Well, I'm not going to count Nick out of it yet. And I say that because we saw in the heat race, all the leaders got piled up in a big wreck. So it's not out of the picture yet. It's going to be hard for him. I doubt he's going to do it. But it can happen. As we roll off into turn 3, Pace car is going to take that hard left in the pit lane. We're going to get back fired off here. Wooten in first, York in second, Priest in third, Lewis in fourth. Who's going to take home a victory?
We're back green. Wooten with a great jump. Philip York on the outside, going to try to do everything he can from that position as there's contact between him and Priest. Priest really pushing hard here as we got 2 to go. Wooten going to block off the bottom, cover off the apex of the corner here so nobody can get underneath him as he loves to see he's got balance. The caution's back out.
Before the white flag comes out, we're going to re-rack him and do it again.
It looks like that's Braden Goddard. Let's get back and see what happened here with Braden. As we look here with Braden here in the 38 car, looks like, 54 just completely misses the corner into 3 and 4, and it's going to send Braden to the outside wall as he clips the inside, or the left rear there, Braden in the middle of the corner. If we take a look from overhead,
we're going to get top level cleaning most wrecks award. Oh my goodness, the 54 just way overshoots the corner. Not sure what he was thinking there.
Yeah, not sure what happened there with the 54.
Let's ride on board with the 54 here. I think this might be a little egregious here.
Let's see. Trying to find is I'm not showing the 50. Oh, we got Brody here. So if
right in the cockpit.
If we're right on board here with Brody, let's see what's going through his head. It looks like I don't know if there was payback there or if he just straight up missed the corner. Not sure what's going on there.
I couldn't quite hear the motor there to see if he was full throttling in or not.
I couldn't hear it either. Not sure if he was fully in the gas or not, but yeah, tough break there for Braden as he found himself up there near the top 10. Now he finds himself just in the mid-pack here at P15, whereas Brody here in the 54 finds himself in that 10th spot.
Yeah, and that's definitely something the admins will look at after the race. I know they're very good for, after the race, checking out all the yellows, making sure it was nothing intentional, and I don't know. That could be bad for him if, league admins find that egregious. Definitely could be bad for him.
Definitely not a good way, not good to get on the bad side of the league admins and your fellow racers here in the league, as talked about many times tonight. Looks like Philip York is going to be in the outside lane here as Drew Wooten. Still going to be our leader here.
Yep, Nathan, I'm at 47 now.
What's that?
I said I'm at 47 now. For how many times you said Jacob York? That's all right. We're going back green here.
48, Jacob York. And we're back green here. Wooten leads him to it. And man, that single file start just does nothing but help him. Doesn't have to fight anybody into one. Can kind of just check out here. Wooten looks like he does have a near 8,000 iRating, so an impressive driver here on the iRacing service. And he's showing why he's one of the best ones out there. Up 18 spots in the lead. Here we are on the white flag. Coming out of 2, just 2 corners to go for Drew Wooten. He's got plenty of room here. As Philip York tries everything, sends it in the wall.
Tries to Ross Chastain it. Wooten wins the inaugural GreaseCar race for season 2. I'm sorry, season A for 2024.
Wow, and what a finish there. I mean, we just saw Philip York. I didn't say Jacob. Oh, we got some extracurricular going on after the race.
Definitely not going to be happy with the admins after this.
Yeah, definitely a lot of work for our league owner, Davis Warren, to sift through after tonight. But hopefully it's one of those just heated gamer moments where you're driving and you're frustrated. These are virtual cars; they don't cost real money, to fix up and everything. So hopefully everything can get figured out. But man, what a race! We saw a lot of action tonight, Logan.
Oh, we definitely did. We saw a lot of calamity, and I can't wait for next Wednesday night. I think it's going to be a good time. I think these drivers are going to learn each other a little bit. I think it's going to clean up a little bit. I think we're going to see even better racing next week. Not how I thought the race would turn out at all, but here we
No,
go. Let's run on these results.
yeah, absolutely. So first thing, want to point out our Hard Charger Award, Buffalo Transformer Services Hard Charger Award. That's going to be the winner himself. That's Drew Wooten taking home the Hard Charger Award. And wow, I mean that's a 18 spots. I think there are runner-up for that award was in P5 Dennis Wilder Jr. up 13 spots, but I mean, man, what a drive for Drew tonight. Ends up, beating the field by half a second. Drove through the field, so I mean, hats off to him as the race winner and the winner of our Buffalo Transformer Services Hard Charge Award for tonight.
Definitely impressive to see the hard charger, go to out and win the race. That's normally not something you see. Maybe a hard charger you might see in the top 10, but to win the race, that's something else. Let's go ahead and go through these results here. First place, our winner, we have Drew Wooten. Second, runner-up, Nicholas Priest in the 10 car. We got Eli Lewis in the 3 car to round out our podium. Thomas Mold Jr. in the 81 car, finishing in P4. Dennis Wilder Jr. in the 88, rounding out the top 5.
And in 6th, we have Travis Ellington in the 59. 7th, we got Zach Smith in the 116. 8th is Nick Gowen in the 8. 9th is going to be Avery Schwalm in the 2. 10th is going to be R. Mason Dunn in the 27. And then, Logan, take it away for the rest of the field here.
Yeah, we got Braden Campbell in the 33, finishing in P11. Davis Warner, Lee Garner, finishing in 12th in the 70 car. Braden Goddard in the 38, finishing P13. And 14th, we have Brody Marinko in the 54, and Jacob York in the 97 after, I guess he didn't even really finish the race because he dive bombed it down into turn 3. That
Yeah, he
rounds out
sure
our
did.
top 15.
He sure did, and you said Jacob, so that's funny. But P16, we've got Blaine Harrison.
It
And,
says Jacob York on the screen, buddy.
And now you see what I'm seeing here. But 17th, we got Chris Blackstock, and I could just run through the rest here. Austin J. Walters, Charlie Brown, Casey Quigley, Tristan Newman, Joshua Cleveland, Matt Grimm, Eric Purcell, Dylan Gooden, Chandler Carroll, Brad Carpenter, Peyton Burkett, and that will round out the P16 through 28. But man, what a big field for us tonight here on Grease Vision. Like I mentioned earlier, last season I wouldn't have been having to scroll through the results here. It would all been on the one page because we maxed out at 15 drivers for our biggest race. So really great to see for the league and everything that we have. We had 28 registered tonight, so definitely cool to see here on Grease Vision.
Absolutely. And I think we should go ahead and start pulling up our third place driver, Eli Lewis. Let's go ahead and get him into the booth so we can find him. And I am not sure. Okay, I found him right here. Eli, this is Logan and Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Eli.
Man, Walker. Well, Nathan, you lead it. Go ahead.
I was just say, Eli, man, what a great night for you, man. I mean, you end up in third. I know that there was some wrecks and stuff that you were involved in. Saw you trapped on the outside a few times, which I know is definitely not the preferred lane as we saw last season in these cars. But talk me through how you went about, kind of battling there at the end. I don't think you were in third at the beginning of that last lap. So talk me through, kind of what your mindset was throughout the night and how you're feeling at the last lap.
Yeah, it wasn't at the beginning of the race. It's not too bad to be trapped on the outside as long as you don't push your car because it'll definitely burn up that right rear. And that's the last thing you want on these cars, just the right rear, the right front to burn off because then you won't have any rotation in the corner. But towards the end of the race, I found myself stuck on the outside beside the 90 or behind the 97, and I couldn't find an opening, so I was gonna have to. I was just trying to make one for myself and like push and force myself to the inside without getting wrecked. And luckily, I believe it was Thomas that was behind me. He allowed it to happen. Grateful that he didn't wreck me there. I feel like I didn't deserve third. Definitely not one of my best nights. Of course, 97 um, wrecked on the final lap, which put me third. Uh, Props to him and Drew. They put on a good race for sure. Um, Car got a little bit tight towards the end of the race, but other than that, nothing else to say.
Well, definitely, man. Hang in there. You'll have your night, I promise you. There's a lot of racing season left to go. I want to ask you, was the track widening out at all, or was it just prominently the bottom line? Because I know the track can widen out here, and you can get to that middle groove and make it work. Was it not enough laps out there to make that middle groove work where the bottom got too rubbered up?
I feel like if I was able to get a fresh set of either all four tires or just a fresh set of right sides, I probably would have been able to roll the top a little bit faster. But I had to get it slowed down a whole lot more to get the arc correct, to get a good run off the corner and not just have the car to my inside gap me by a car length or two. So it was really hurting me there. Um, just I feel like not enough time. Really, in shorter races in these cars, it's all about track position. So taking tires isn't gonna be the smartest decision whenever it comes down to it.
Absolutely, Eli. And I did forget to include that you did win our heat race earlier. So congrats to you on that. I know that was a wild finish there, and basically a drag race between you and Nick Gowen as there was guys spinning. But anybody you'd like to shout out or thank for your performance tonight here on the podium?
Um, there's really only one person, like whenever it comes to sim racing, is Jacob York in the 97 car. I know the night didn't go how he wanted to, and there were some tempers flaring, but he's really stepped up my game from 6 months ago. I was running mid pack to the very back of the field, not being able to keep up with nobody and burning my tires off. To now, I'm able to keep up with some of the faster guys like him and Drew, and um, a lot of the people that, like, especially earlier in the or towards the end of 2023 in the EPI big race, I was able to keep up with a few of them. Yeah, just shout out to him for helping me out, getting me to the point where I am now.
Well, man, again, great run tonight. You got you a heat win, so you got a podium and a heat win. Not a bad night in my mind. So, keep doing your thing, man. I've definitely seen the improvements in you as well from last season and everything. So, keep it up. Sky's the limit and everything. So, we hope to see you back up here talking with us soon, man.
Yeah, man.
Congrats on the podium, man.
Thank
All right, now we're going to pull up Mr. Nicholas Priest from second place. Nicholas, this is Logan and Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Nick, yeah, man, what a great run for you tonight. I know you had to kind of battle through the field just a little bit, up 6 spots from the start. Kind of found yourself in a good spot there towards the end. You really leaning on the guys around you, Drew, Philip York, all these guys. Talk me through kind of what your mindset was. Was it just kind of just descend it, at that point, not many laps left, or was it just kind of mental, mind games?
I just want to keep the nose clean and just finish the race because that was pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I definitely have. We saw it all tonight, and I don't know if you've raced in the series before. I don't think you have, but it definitely gets cleaned up as we get some, more races under our belt. But I'd like you to walk me through that last restart and let me know if there's anything different that you could have done to maybe take home the win.
Probably just paying attention better because they kind of got out in front of me too much.
And yeah, it looked like a tough battle out there on the track for you and really everyone, but you prevailed, and here you are standing on the virtual podium here at USA International. Before we let you go, man, any question or not any questions, any shout outs that you got for tonight's performance?
Not really. Just Purcell for letting me get into this series, telling me about it, because it's going to be pretty cool. I like the schedule.
All right.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll get you back down out of the broadcast booth. Congrats on the second place podium finish tonight, man.
Thank you.
All right, now it is time to bring up our winner of the night, Mr. Drew Wooten. Drew, this is Logan and Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Drew, man, looked super quick all night. I mean, you're up 18 spots from the start of this feature race. That's absolutely unbelievable. Did shout out, your I rating and everything earlier, so I was definitely keeping an eye on that, waiting to see when, I know you don't get that by accident, right? I know there's a lot of hard work and dedication there to get those numbers up. So I was watching you kind of dice your way through the field. One thing I wanted to point out, which I was interested about, was your restart that you had. You were starting on the outside, and man, you just launched. I mean, you absolutely took off. Talk to me a little bit about that and kind of, what it's like starting on the outside when that's definitely not the preferred line here at USA.
That's pretty easy when the leader goes in the same spot every time. That's just lack of experience on his part, and big congrats to him on the 15th finishing spot.
All right. Well, I'm not. Well, what spot did he start in, Nathan? I guess you said 18th.
So it was, yeah, 18th or 19th he started in.
Did you think you had a shot from P18 when you started this race, or were you a little bit worried that you weren't going to be able to get up to the front?
Always optimistic.
That's awesome, man. That's what I like to hear. Well, we'd like to congratulate you on the win tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week. Congratulations.
Any
Thank
before we let you go real quick, Drew, any sponsors you like to shout out for tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out the big old.
All right, Drew. Well, we'll let you go. We have to be talking to you soon.
Be good, buddy.
All right. Thank you, man.
Man, Logan, we have seen it all and we have heard it all, haven't
I'm
we?
not even sure what he just said there. I kind of missed that, but
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just, everyone celebrates in different ways, right? So we'll just chalk it up to that. But man, what a inaugural race here for the 2024 TK Racing Late Model Tour here on Grease Vision. I know there was a lot of wrecks tonight, and definitely makes it frustrating and tough on the drivers. Looking to make up more positions and everything. But I think throughout the race, we did see a lot of really tight racing, a lot of really good passes and setups that a couple bump and runs, which unfortunately are sometimes needed in these cars. Logan, what'd you think about the race tonight?
I think it was awesome, man. I think it's definitely going to clean up over the next few weeks. We might have a few people drop out, but I think, the people that stick around are definitely going to have a good time with this series. It is a clean series. It is a fair series. You just got to have a little patience. And that's the thing about short track racing. Nobody seems to have any patience. That's including myself. Not sure about you, but definitely looking forward to next Wednesday for this TK Racing Diecast Late Model Tour on Grease Vision, presented by GreaseCar. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Absolutely. As we pull up the schedule real quick, next week we have the CBM 100 at Five Flags. So, home of the Snowball Derby. There's, a lot of history there, a lot of great drivers. In real life, we've seen gone, to that track and had success. Pretty good track on the sim as well. Just kind of looking through the schedule here. A lot of good tracks. The season does go all the way until May 1st with our season finale at North Wilkesboro. But man, a lot of good races to tune into on Grease Vision.
Absolutely, man. And we'd like to thank everybody for watching tonight. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that follow button on Twitch. And this is me signing off. Nathan, you take it away.
Yeah, couldn't have done it better myself. Thanks everyone for watching. As Logan said, Like and subscribe. Anything you can do definitely helps. Even if you don't think it does, the algorithm says different. So please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you can do. And thanks again for watching for us tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsors as well that we've had for tonight. But I'm Nathan Bond. This has been Grease Vision with Logan Joyner as well.